everyone, Stacy here, and I'm so excited to bring you our brand new video series called Bow It All Basics and Beyond. Here I'm showing you a little preview of all the wonderful tools and supplies that you get with your Bow It All. It comes with a Bow It All tote, your instruction manual, 2 ribbon spool adjusters, 2 helping hand clips, your scissors, and your Bow It All board with all of the pegs and your locking peg wrench. As you'll notice, the pegs are stored right inside your board along with your wrench, so you always have them with you everywhere you go with your Bow It All. On the front you can see a variety of holes. These holes will allow you to make a bow from a 1/2 inch all the way up to a 9-inch bow, along with adding a back ribbon. Now I'm going to show you how to set the Bow It All up to create a basic bow. First, you're going to want to take one of the ribbon spool pegs. These are the pegs that do not have a locking nut on them. Place the first peg in the right hole at the back of the board. Screw it down tightly. Next, you're going to want to take the other ribbon spool peg and you're going to screw it into the left hole at the back of your board. Now that you've got both of the ribbon spool pegs screwed down, you are going to take your ribbon spool adjusters and add them to the ribbon spool pegs. The adjusters are for those ribbon spools that have a little bit larger center hole. This will help hold the spool on the pegs. For a single bow, you will need to use 2 of the screw-in locking metal pegs. Remove the pegs from their storage area on the side of the board and insert the first peg into the hole marked with a 0 on the back row of peg holes. Screw it down and tighten it lightly to lock it securely in place using your locking peg wrench. Then take the next locking metal peg and locate the hole marked with the size of the bow that you will be making and screw in the second peg, and again tighten it lightly with the locking peg wrench. Please remember that you only need to tighten the pegs lightly to lock them into place. Replace your locking peg wrench back into its storage slot on the side of the Bow It All. Now you have your board set up to create a perfect single bow. Now let me take you a step beyond and show you how to set the Bow It All up to create a double bow. For a double bow, you will be using 4 of the screw-in locking metal pegs. Again, remove the pegs from their convenient storage area on the side of the board. To create a double bow, you will need to insert the first peg into the hole marked with a 1 on the back row of peg holes. This is a very important step to remember. You will then need to count the peg holes to the right to locate the correct peg hole for the size of the bow that you will be creating. Now take your locking wrench and tighten the pegs lightly to lock them securely in place. Remember to put your wrench back in its storage slot on the side of the board. Next, you will move to the front row of peg holes. Take the next peg and insert it into the peg hole marked with the number 1. For the last peg, you are going to locate the hole that is on the front row of peg holes that is just 1 step in from the peg on your right. Insert the peg and screw it down. Now take your locking wrench and tighten both of the pegs on the front row. Remember, you just need to tighten the pegs lightly. You don't want to tighten them too tight. Now you have the Bow It All set up to create a perfect double bow. If you would like to add a back ribbon to your bow, now it is as simple as 1, 2, 3. All you need to do is remove 2 of the helping hand screw-in locking metal pegs from their storage area on the side of the Bow It All board. Screw the first helping hand peg into the helping hand peg hole located at the right side of your board. Tighten the helping hand peg using the locking peg wrench. Remember to replace your wrench back in the side of the board. Then you will need to decide how wide your back ribbon will be for your project, and screw the second helping hands peg into the corresponding peg hole. If you are using a back ribbon larger than 9 inches, you will use the helping hand peg located to the far left of the board. The helping hand pegs will hold any size back ribbon, even if you need 30 feet. We will explain this feature in detail in one of our upcoming videos called Creating a Bow with a Back Ribbon. Now that you learned the basics of setting up the bow at all, you are on your way to creating perfect bows.